goes. So we might be live right this minute.
We may very well be alive.
Let me see. It still says setting up meeting. Today's training is called the Trinity of Truth, learning to listen to mind, body,
Goes. So we
and
might be live
spirit.
right this minute.
And there we are live because it's giving me volume there. All right, cool. So we're officially live. Awesome. Well, this is going to be a great day today. The Trinity of Truth, learning to listen to the mind, body, and spirit. So many of us walk through life believing the voice in our head is the actual voice of truth. But what if I told you that that voice is just the loudest? It's not the wisest. So today we're going to explore how to escape the noise of survival and step into the symphony of soul led living. So, first, the step is in understanding the internal communication system. So, we've got the mind, which is loud but limited because the brain's number one job is survival. It's not truth, it's not joy, it's not growth, it's not thriving, it's survival. That's your job. Your brain's job is to make sure that you stay alive. So, let's thank our brain and give us a little round of applause for our brain. But at the same time, let's recognize that that internal critic is often a loop of past experiences. So it's fear based predictions and protective mechanisms. So that's what our brain is doing. So your mind is a historian, it's not a prophet. So the prophet part probably would come from your spirit, but the mind is meant to survive. That's its only job, is to help you survive.
Yeah, and a lot of people will, when they're starting to listen to their intuition and start to hear their intuition or feel their intuition, will confuse that repetitive voice of the mind over the calm and caring, gentle voice of the spirit, which is the intuition.
Yeah, actually, it's really funny. A really great example of this is that Jamie and I work back of the room sales for large high end seminar companies. And there was a company that we worked for years ago, and it was like $40,000 for a book deal. And people really, really wanted it. They wanted it, but they were like, the money was like a lot. It was really out of their comfort zone. And so they'd say, well, I'm going to go home and pray on it. And it's funny how every single person that did that came back and their prayer or their intuition or their God told them it was a bad idea. So, what were they listening to? Were they listening to the fear of their past, or were they really listening to the intention of their soul and their dream and like what they desire, what they truly desired and truly wanted, right? That the fear got in the way. So, yeah. So that's that inner critic. So the second part is the body. Now, this is the silent messenger. Your body is the silent messenger because emotions live in the body first. We actually feel it. So, if we have anxiety, we feel it in our body. If we have excitement, we feel it in our body. Fear, all of them start with a physical cue, you know? Excitement, your heart races. Love, you feel it in your body. You feel your little heart goes pitter patter when your loved one walks in and you see your loved one, you know? So we actually feel it physically in the body, and that is a silent messenger. We're conditioned to ignore it until the body starts screaming in the sense of illness or fatigue or chronic pain. That's your body, like literally like, hey man, this something's not right. Like that's your body telling you. So if you could start to tap in and tune in to your body earlier on and have a really good relationship with the messaging system in your body, get really in touch with it. Now, I think women are more natural at this because we have babies, and it's just been proven that we have a little bit more intuition, mainly because we had predators. So women had to survive. And if you are on this planet today, it's because you have a long line of ancestors that survived. And that's fantastic. Um, I am gonna make you a co-host here, Jamie, so you can see what's cool. I forgot to do that at the beginning. So awesome.
Cool.
Um, yeah, so we want to start really listening to our body and giving it what it wants. It's like sometimes our body's like, "Hey, you need to rest, you need to take a rest, you need to take a break." And we don't listen to it. We don't I know when I don't listen to it, I end up getting sick. But now at 56 years old, I listen to my body a lot more and I'm just like, I gotta say no. I gotta take a minute. I can't do the thing I want to do. I gotta listen to my body. So place your hand on your heart and ask your body, what are you trying to tell me that I haven't been listening to? What are you trying to tell me that I haven't been listening to? And then just tune in and listen to it. Listen to your body and start practicing this on a daily basis. Because I promise your body's got all kinds of stuff it's trying to tell you. Then we've got the spirit. Now, the spirit is the whisper of truth. The soul doesn't shout, it whispers through intuition, through dreams, through your desires. Your spirit is talking to you through the things that you say you want. So when that person wanted the book deal, that was their dreams talking to them. But then when they went home and prayed on it, that was their fear talking to them. Not possible. Synchronicities also is the whisper of truth from your spirit.
A lot of
And
people,
go
oh,
ahead.
sorry.
No, go, please.
I was just going to say a lot of people talk about the law of attraction, and that is true. And that's your spirit and your desires and like what you think about, you bring about that constant repetition of thought. Yet it's the law of attraction is only half of that law. It's actually the law of attraction and repulsion. So what you think about, you bring about. If you don't believe you're worthy of something, you're going to create an energy field that actually pushes away good potentials at the same time while attracting what you constantly concern yourself with, repetitive thought. So it's law of attraction and repulsion, and that a lot of the time is you're telling your spirit what you want to create from an emotional state rather than a conscious awareness state of what you really want. And so
Mm,
sometimes it can be a habitual, repeated thought pattern that you're creating from emotionally underneath 24/7, and then you do 5 minutes of affirmations. Well, as our master, one of our teachers says, the big fish eats small fish. If you've got 24 hours a day being concerned with something and 5 minutes of affirmation, that big fish will eat that little fish. So being aware of every thought is very powerful when you're looking to create more of what you want and desire.
exactly. So your the whisper of truth, the spirit, it speaks most clearly when the mind is quiet and the body is safe. And this is where meditation really comes in really powerfully. Like like even in we have several meditations that we do, but in all of them, there's at least 2 to 3 minutes of silence and quiet where we calm the mind down, calm that chatter down, and then just sit in silence for that 3 minutes. And so much stuff comes up during that 3 minutes. And when I'm really in the zone, I can completely quiet it, and then I come out just in bliss. But then other times stuff is coming up and out of of that silence. Um, so here's a journal prompt for this. What has your soul been trying to communicate to you lately? What signs or nudges have you been ignoring? So this is you can journal this on a daily basis. You can journal it. You can sit quietly just for 2 or 3 minutes. Prayer, whatever, however it is that you do that, whether it's prayer or meditation. In your prayer, once you're finished with your prayer, spend at least 1 to 2 to 3 minutes in silence, just listening, and you'll get messages. You'll get those messages.
And you can even do automatic writing with that journal prompt,
Mm,
where you basically write out what has my soul been trying to communicate to me lately? What signs or nudges have I been ignoring? And then after you write that out, just keep the pen moving. Just, well, I'm not too sure what, and then whatever thought comes in, you just write it down. And as you're writing, new thoughts will pop in, new thoughts will pop in as you write. So don't edit it, don't get it right or wrong, don't try to create something. Just allow whatever thought comes into your mind, you move your pen and write that moment. The actual physical writing, um, different part of your brain is fired for your body mechanics to do that. And that distraction of the body mechanics actually allows the subconscious intuition, spirit, mind to communicate to you. While the body mind's being distracted, the spirit mind starts to communicate with you. So just write that prompt down. What has my soul been trying to communicate to me lately? What signs or nudges have I been ignoring? Then just after you finish writing that, question mark, just write. And you'll be surprised what comes off.
Love it, love it. So then we've got you know, we have a bit of a communication gap, and this is one of the reasons that we get stuck here. Is this is the reasons, these are some of the reasons why we only hear the mind. We don't listen to the body, we don't listen to the spirit. It's because of cultural conditioning, productivity, logic, hustle culture keeps us only like in the mind. Trauma response, the mind overrides the body and the soul to feel safe. So if you've had massive traumas, you might be in that communication gap of trauma response. And then also disconnection. We live from the neck up and we numb the rest. And we're not just head ahead with arms. We are an integrated being with a message woven through every single part of us. And so we have some toxic communication patterns that happen even to ourselves. So we have actual internal gaslighting. Like we might tell ourselves, "Oh, you're being too sensitive. Don't feel this anger. Don't feel this thing." Right? And then we also suppress our own soul nudges. "Oh, that dream is silly. Oh, that desire is silly. You're too old, too skinny, too fat, too young, too something to get the things you want." So we tell ourselves these things. And then the physical override is, "Oh, I don't have time to rest." Where your body is screaming at you, "Hey, you need a flip and break. You're grinding really hard. You need a break." And you do a physical override. "I don't have time to rest." So those are the communication patterns, the toxic communication patterns we have with ourselves. So then there's a way that we can restore the Trinity. And these are the practices for listening. So this is how you bring it all back. And so the mind practices start training the critic. Reframe it. "Oh, thank you for trying to protect me." Make sure you thank it. "Thank you for trying to protect me. That's all your brain is doing. I'm choosing a new direction now." And give it a new narrative. Separate the narrator from the truth. This brings awareness in. And then question yourself, is this voice based in love or fear? Because the only true voice is the voice of love. And then in your body practices, this is tuning into the signals. Start to scan your body. Start to scan your body like in the morning and at night. Check in with your toes, your ankles, your feet. Just notice. Is there any pain anywhere? Is there any discomfort? Is there any kind of feelings? Name sensations without fixing them. And then do some breath work for awareness instead of control. It's how you turn into the body. Now, tuning into the spirit, this is making space for the whisper. So, morning stillness, ask one question and listen in silence. Take nature walks without any devices. And then do journaling, synchronicity journaling. What coincidences are guiding you? Start noticing the synchronicities that are around you. That's your spirit talking to you. So, your external communication can start with inner harmony. And when you align your mind, body, and spirit communication, your external voice becomes more clear, more powerful, and more resonant. So you begin to speak your truth, not just your trauma. And you begin to ask for what you need instead of silently suffering through it. And you begin to attract aligned relationships because your signal is no longer toxic. Your emotional sovereignty means that you own your internal experience fully and unapologetically, and you listen, you translate, and then you choose. And that's how we begin to escape that toxic minefield. So I've got some optional practices that you can do daily, and you can watch how much clearer you come. It's just a 3-minute Trinity check-in. I'm going to throw it in the chat here. But basically, for 1 minute, what is my mind saying? 1 minute, ask, what is my body feeling? 1 minute, what is my spirit guiding me towards? And do it daily, and you can watch how much clearer your path will become. So, very cool. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are going to drop off of the live and we're going to do some personal healing for those that have joined us. If you would like to join us in the future, this is free. We do it every single week on Tuesdays right now at 6 p.m. We've been changing the time around, but Tuesdays at 6 is where we're landing on right now. And you can go to Toxic Minefield to sign up, toxicminefield.com. And then if you want some personal one-on-one work with Jamie, you can go to jamiehoney.com and look at what that's all about. So thank you guys for joining us, and we will see those that are not on the with us in the Zoom. We'll see you next week. And for those on the Zoom, hang on, and we're going to